In Act 4, Scene 3 of Julius Caesar, Cassius accuses Brutus of wronging him for condemning a corrupt soldier despite Cassius's letters of support. Brutus insists he did the right thing, that it was for the sake of justice that they killed Caesar. The two men exchange insults and threats. Brutus reminds Cassius that he failed to send the gold he needs for his army. At this, Cassius's anger turns to lament over the loss of Brutus's love. He hands over his dagger and says, "Strike me as you did Caesar." This calms Brutus down. They apologize and reconcile. When Cassius points out that Brutus's anxiety is out of character, Brutus confesses that he's upset because Portia is dead. In grief over the rise of Octavius and Antony, and impatient about Brutus's absence, she swallowed fire, choking herself on hot coals. Then Titinius and Messala enter the tent with news that Antony and Octavius have executed 100 senators in Rome and are marching toward Philippi. Brutus and Cassius go back and forth on strategy, but finally agree to Brutus's plan to meet their enemies in Philippi. That night, Brutus sees the ghost of Caesar, who tells him, "You will see me at Philippi." Alarmed, Brutus sends word that Cassius's army should head out first, and he will follow. Heat is meaningful in this scene in at least two ways. It metaphorically describes the fiery animosity between the two co-conspirators, and it is also the literal means of Portia's suicide. She swallows fire as if to internalize the rash heat of her husband's political actions. But Portia's suicide cannot contain the ramifications of the assassination. Brutus's grief over Portia's death may be at the root of his accusations that Cassius has betrayed him. But it's clear that this scene crystallizes key political differences between the two generals, particularly Cassius's expediency and Brutus's idealism. The men's long-standing friendship wins out, but we're left to wonder about Brutus's final military order to send Cassius's army out ahead of his own. Echoing Calpurnia's earlier dream, Brutus's vision of Caesar's ghost ends Act 4 with a similar omen of impending death.